Sir? Were we given one? Or are we still here?
Yeah, orange sleeves was up, so we were fine.
Okay.
Oh. Thanks for the help with the replays.
Can I have like a replay? The near side? Okay. Hey, you know, there's a good point here. No. Listen. First of all, let's get the blocks of ice, okay? Let's do the blocks of ice. And then there's a point, the near side of the field, given the humidity and the way the stadium is constructed, is slicker than the far side of the field. And that may be why guys are having some trouble on this side of the field. Williams was beaten twice.
Why is that?
Because of the hole in the roof, the way the sun hits it. I have been told this by one of our expert people who went to the field. That's what it is. It's just slicker.
Wow. Did he go to the field just to check that out, or was he also on assignment to look at those cheerleaders' uniforms?
No, I had that licked.
You had it snipped out.
Snipped out. Yeah. Okay.
Now remember, Fred, the Cowboys don't have that.
All right.
They did not order blocks of ice.
You want to pick it up, or you want me to take it?
You take it, and then I'll just add to it.
Nice. Harris is in for McKinnon now.
And 0-0 Broncos and Raiders.
For the Chargers, it's nice to have ice. That's the way they're keeping cool on the sideline.
Yeah, that's something that Sid Brooks, the equipment man, thought of.
Dallas moving 1st and 10. Aikman with nobody to throw it to, tucked it up and took the loss. Bert Grossman forced the action there. The Cowboys don't have any ice on their side of the field, though.
Yeah, Sid was telling me that he has done this always when he's gone someplace hot and humid, as it is here today. Temperature 92 degrees, humidity, you can slice it, right, Fred? No ice on their side of the field, and so Sid Brooks thinks it's a real advantage. He was disappointed. He wanted 100-pound blocks of ice, could only find 50-pound blocks, so he ordered twice as many. Smart guy, and he wasn't a math major, but he figured that out.
So the Chargers at least staying cool on the sideline. And the Cowboys are moving 2nd and 10 from the 27. 8 minutes to play in the half. Agee stuck pretty good at the 30. Martin Bayless in to drill him, along with Gary Plummer. Late games in progress. Denver still leading the Raiders. Atlanta way ahead of Houston, 21-0. You think Jerry Glanville is having glee over that? Cincinnati has jumped out ahead of the Jets. Bills and Colts are tied. Patriots by a point over Miami, and still scoreless Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
You know, getting back to that Atlanta-Houston score, the last professional job Jack Pardee had in the NFL was defensive coordinator for the Chargers in '81, and it wasn't a very successful year.
3rd and 7. Aikman having to run. There's a marker on the play. Aikman dives forward, close to a first down, but again, there is a marker on the play.
That's a terrible sign. If an offensive line coach is watching, he has 5 guys in white jerseys watching their quarterback scramble and 5 guys in blue jerseys chasing the quarterback, and on top of it, there's a holding penalty on the play.
Troy Aikman, obviously not a very happy man. Not only did he get rushed, chased, had to run for his life, now he has to do it again.
Yeah, and his last completion was to Billy Ray Smith on the other team.
So I think they're going to bring the chains across and find out if he picked up first down yardage, and that will determine whether or not the Chargers are going to take the penalty.
Yeah, no sense giving them another shot at it, even though if you did, it would be 3rd and 20. If they don't have the first down here in this field position, the Cowboys would most certainly punt, unless Jimmy Johnson inhaled too much hairspray this morning. Here he is pondering the situation. There's Dan Henning. He's going to help them out on this one. Yep. Dan had that figured out right away.
Aikman came up short. And Jim Tunney will explain the decision to us.
Holding offense, 10-yard penalty is accepted. The result of the play was a first down, so the penalty is accepted. It'll still be 3rd down.
Did not come up short.
So, you know, anticipate a situation like this if you're on the defense. The offensive line has just held you. the chances are that they're going to try either a draw play or a screen play. So defensively in that huddle, that has to be what they're talking about. Aikman, I don't think, wants to drop back 6 or 7 yards and look downfield in this field position, because a sack would really put him in a bind. But now they're in a shotgun, so who knows?
3 wide receivers in the game for the Cowboys. Chargers in their nickel defense on 3rd and 17. Here comes Lee Williams. Aikman running for his life and just dumped it. Jim Tunney has thrown a flag. We may have grounding. That's exactly what we have. Now, it looked like from this position, Darrell Johnston was in the vicinity of the pass. Jim Tunney disagrees.
Yeah, but you can't, when you're under pressure like that, just throw the ball down into the ground. That's a judgment call on Tunney's part, the official's part. Again, that's why I said try a screen or try a draw play. You had the guy backing up 10 yards, the hot pursuit by the Chargers.
Intentional grounding. Number 8 threw the ball on the ground. 10 yards, it's 4th down. Penalty is accepted at the spot of the pass.
Take a look here. Immediate pressure up the middle. And that's the type of defense you can run different plays on. Lee Williams, what a great athlete he is. You know, he likes rushing from the outside. They asked him to rush from the inside. That's clearly, in my opinion, intentional grounding. And, you know, Lee Williams accepted the job of rushing from the inside.
Mike Saxon back in punt formation. But we have a stoppage of play on the field, and it's Jerry Mays back deep for the Chargers.
It was accepted. It'll be 4th down.
Replay obviously took a look at that and determined that it was accepted. So Saxon back for his 2nd punt of the game. And now the Cowboys will be flagged.
Please reset the clock. 25 seconds. Please reset the clock. 25 seconds.
You notice Jim there looking a little bit like the Statue of Liberty, back in the end zone, hand pointed towards the clock. The officials are getting so much more style. You know, they're so much more microphone conscious.
He is actually the man they patterned all of the signals after. He's the man in the rule book.
Yeah, in the program.
Shanked it. Another marker on the field. And Mays is inside the 40. Keep in mind we have another flag.
Yeah, this could be a big break for the Cowboys, because that was not a very good punt by Saxon.
The flag was thrown well upfield.
And the Chargers are looking at some terrific field position inside the 40-yard line. But the penalty appears to be against, well, we'll let Jim do it. He does it so much better.
Use of the hands, defense, 10-yard penalty in the spot where the ball is down.
Yeah, illegal use of the hands by the defense, so it's a 10-yard penalty from where the ball, where Jerry Mays had been tackled. So it moves it just inside the 50-yard marker.
All right, if you missed NFL Live today, some of the things you missed, Mike Ditka commenting on the fact he may retire if the Bears win the Super Bowl this season. Will McDonough said that Ditka, Bill Parcells, and Joe Gibbs may be in the final year of coaching. Buddy Ryan will get a new contract. And Al Davis, well, he'll make a decision on the Raiders' future home within the next 2 weeks. Of course, he's been saying that for the last 2 years. So nothing new with Al Davis. But stay with us at halftime. Bob Costas, O.J. Simpson, Will McDonough, NFL Live from New York, scores, highlights, and the latest information from around the National Football League.
What do you think Will McDonough's phone bill is each week?
He is talking to more people than anybody in this country, and on Sunday morning he is up so early working the phones to get the latest information. I know NBC is very pleased to have him as a member of our team.
Yeah, well, you know, he's has a pretty good relationship with Ditka, doesn't he? I don't think that the Bears are in position to win the Super Bowl, so I guess Ditka won't be retiring this year. Do you see that happening?
Well, I think the Bears are in deep trouble this year. They've got a long and difficult season ahead of them, and this man hopes his season is not as long and difficult as it was last year.
You know, they have a great slogan down here. There's Jimmy Johnson taking a look at his team. He's thinking. Man, the guy is always over there thinking. And the slogan is, Cowboys don't rebuild, they reload. And he's hoping with the acquisitions of Emmitt Smith in the backfield, Alonzo Highsmith, guys that they will fit into their system as these guys become more comfortable with things, that they will be reloading on offense. And you have Troy Aikman, and eventually they're going to have to deal Steve Walsh. there's a team out there somewhere who's going to give Jimmy Johnson more draft picks. And then if so many draft picks built up, you see Dan Henning right there, and that's the redhead beside him is Billy Joe Tolliver from Boyd, Texas, who had the starting job until last Monday.
When Mark Vlasic was assigned the starting role for this regular season contest. And again, the ticker, Denver still leading, Atlanta still ahead of Houston, and Cincinnati leading the Jets. And that'll catch up on the other games in progress right now around the National Football League. 1st and 10 from the 49, 6:35 to play in the half. Marion Butts left side, staying on his feet. And Marion Butts is a tough runner. He has a good low center of gravity. He's big, he's strong, and he just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, important play for the Charger offense right here, because a big pickup on the ground on first down is something Dan Henning wanted to do. And Butsy, as they call him, picking up a lot of that on his own. And that's something that the Cowboys told us they were afraid of. They said, it's tough to bring Butts down. He's like Christian Okoye, a little bit smaller version, but just as tough to bring down.
Talk about a tank, 6'1", 248. Tough to get out of the way of that. 2nd and 3 from the 42. That's Miller in motion. Play action. Vlasic. He wants Miller deep. And it's batted away and intercepted, but there's a marker in the end zone.
And Vlasic was leveled after he threw that pass, threw it just about on the money. Anthony Miller, though, he really draws a crowd.
Isaac Holt batted the ball away. James Washington grabbed it, but there's a marker in the end zone.
You can hear the crowd reaction. The officials sitting down don't agree.
Pass interference. Defense in the end zone. 1 yard line. First down.
Big play. Isaac Holt, not a happy man.
Yeah, Isaac Holt under a lot of pressure covering a guy like Anthony Miller. Look at the hit that Vlasic takes. He knows it's coming too, but he puts the ball up there, and considering that is a terrific throw. Now here, is there contact before the ball gets there? Boy, it's tough to see from that angle. But maybe they're saying his right hand. Boy, it is difficult to say. Looks like he's just playing the football right there.
From the 1 yard line, Marion Butts converts it. The Chargers have the lead.
Boy, easy to understand why these Cowboy fans are unhappy. That was a very questionable pass interference call on the Cowboys that got the ball down to the 1 yard line. But you see Marion Butts happy. He's in the end zone for the first time. As Fred said earlier, 9 touchdowns on the ground last year. And Dan Henning has something his team hasn't had much of it in his regime here in San Diego, a lead.
Quadreves on for the extra point. Out of the hold of the punter, John Kidd. Well, certainly Cowboy fans are not pleased with the turn of events here in Dallas. A questionable pass interference call cost their team, and the Chargers convert. San Diego has taken a 14-7 lead. How are we doing, Jeff? Okay, we'll pick them up.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, you know what, Jeff? Better if you just have the questionable call a couple of times. Who cares on a 2-yard touchdown or a 1 yard touchdown? I think we should just go on that call. That's the only thing that matters.
You have it from a different angle, or those are the two angles? That's fine.
Do you have what's on the monitor now from a different angle? What can you show me of her right now, please?
You can flip the numbers and show her. Okay.
Please.
I think that comment may live with me.
I think I may be able to use that forever.
Camp O'Neill, when you guys all gather next year and snicker, it'll be...
No, that'll be one that we could all enjoy.
Let's say, remember Jim Laslovic? Here's one of his career highlights.
But, all right.
Anybody in the truck see any contact on that? Did anybody looking see anything?
back at Texas Stadium. 5 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the first half. The Chargers have now taken a 14-7 lead over the Dallas Cowboys. Fred Rogan and Jim Vlasic. And Fuad Reveiz getting ready to boot it away to James Dixon at the top of the screen and Alexander Wright at the bottom. Reveiz to Dixon, a yard deep. He'll try the near side of the field. Ooh. Good hit on the play. Number 90, Richard Brown, crunching him. The Cowboys will start 1st and 10 from their 18-yard line.
Well, Richard is fired up too, isn't he? Great special teams performer last year with the LA Rams, a Plan B free agent who came in and caught everybody's attention. Here's where Troy Aikman really has to take control of the Cowboy offense. They got a bit of a bum deal with that play, but we'll see if he can rally them and get them going.
That was good, see. Just keep going, keep going. Perfect. Thank you. Perfect. I think we have to.
If we have time.
We'll make time.
Was that Isaac Holt in front?
Yeah, and he tipped it to Washington.
James, boy, James would have been excited, wouldn't he? Making his first start for the Cowboys.
He's playing.
Emmett's in. That's what the big cheer was for.
Okay.
Wow. I wondered why they were cheering. I looked at the quarterback position and...
I thought it was you. I mentioned your name, the crowd went crazy.
That's right. They're all listening in their portable TV sets.
That's right.
You know, the first game here was October 24th, 1971.
I was wondering that. Yeah, we know that.
It's difficult to see, but
it looks like he
made contact with his body, but he's playing the ball there. And I will say this: the official has a much better view. He's on the field, right there, in what seems to be perfect position. Yes.
Yeah, and then you.
Right there, coming out. Or do you want to do it?
No. All right, I'll set it up. I'll say, all right, you make the call. I'll get you into it like that. Yes. All right, and it's NFL Live. Let's go to Bob Costas at NFL Live. Okay. Okay.
It's nice.
Good service, we'll do.
It's like the big guys.
Sure. We're not going to.
We won't.
We'll do it later. Number 22 in white, Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys' first-round draft pick in the lineup for the first time, and Smith touches the ball and moves up the middle to the 20-yard line. All right, we are set for an update. Let's go to NFL Live in New York, and here's Bob Costas. Thanks, Bob. Our story here, Emmitt Smith in the ball game. Top pick, held out of camp, just signed last week, and he's already in the ball game. Darryl Johnson in motion on 2nd and 9. Aikman going long for Martin. Knocked away by Sammy Seal.
Yeah, and Martin's saying, and you can hear the crowd saying it too, wait a second, if what was happening earlier against the Chargers was pass interference, then what is this? Now here's the play here. Kelvin Martin has that speed to put pressure on Sammy Seal, and Sammy's playing the ball all the way. No interference whatsoever on the part of number 30 for the Chargers, Sammy Seal. Moments ago, this is what the crowd remembers. Now watch, it's difficult to see any contact before the ball gets there, but I will add, the official was right in front of the play with a perfect view. You have to assume he could see something that we can't from that angle.
Even with the replay, the angle can fool you. And officiating is all a game of angles. If they're in the right position, 99% of the time, they make the right call. On 3rd and 9, Aikman in trouble. Watch out. Fires it. He's got a completion to James Dixon.
Yeah, but he had stepped out of bounds and came back and caught the ball because the official, the linesman over there, threw his hat down. So that pass isn't going to count.
You know, so far, Jim, there have been no sacks in this ball game. And that's got to be a bit surprising.
went out of bounds, came back in and caught the pass, loss of down.
Oof. And it's got to be a bit surprising considering the fact that the Charger defensive line is so strong.
So much pressure, though, on Aikman. He probably wishes at times he would have been sacked. He's been running a relay here all by himself.
Mike Saxon in for the third time to punt. And Jerry Mays is back deep.
Now his baton is at football. He's trying to pass it. He's not getting any help. For him, it's a long, long afternoon so far.
Cowboys 4th and 9 from the 20. And after that initial burst at the beginning of the ball game, their offense has stalled. High punt for Saxon. Mays calls for the fair catch and hauls it in at the 43-yard line. So the Chargers hoping to add to that 14-7 lead, and they'll have the ball when we return to Texas Stadium.
Hey, Junior, I get the Junior Bob Trumpy Award so far.
And what would that be?
Stepped out of bounds and came back in. Thank you. Junior, do I get the Junior Trumpy Award?
Yeah, you're not up here with them. Hey, who's Sugi? Hi, Sugi. See that sign?
Yeah, hi, Sugi. That's where I live, Coronado, California. I don't know a Sugi. Yeah, he's OB. Now he can come back in bounds and make a block. He can come back in bounds and not touch the football. Yeah.
Watch the receiver. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Jimmy Jones. Got it. We'll do it. All right. Okay. You got some stories you want to? Who's playing here? Let's use, if we can do Del Rio, 55 white. I've got a story I want to tell about him, Jeff, when you get a chance.
And then the Emmitt Smith story when we get a chance too.
Dixon.
James Dixon. Thank you.
Let's do that 55 white on defense when we get a chance. I want to do that story.
And then the Emmitt Smith story
when they're
about
on
chasing
offense.
down
Yeah, but when they're on
offense. I know that. Just want to remind you that we had that.
Right. Okay.
Welcome back. Now watch, if you will, not the quarterback, but the receiver downfield, and watch, his leg is out of bounds. So once the receiver goes out of bounds, he cannot come back in and touch the football.
Now back to live action. Chargers 1st and 10. Marion Butts nearly breaks it. Marion Butts to the 40-yard line before he's finally stopped by James Washington.
Yeah, that's what Butts can do to you. And that time, Ken Norton, a good tackler, got a knee full, a face full of Marion Butts.
The one thing you don't want to do is get a knee full of butts. All right, Denver leading the Raiders 6-0 in the second. Atlanta has increased its lead over Houston to 24-0. Jets 7-3 over the Bengals. And as we wrap it up, Buffalo has now jumped out to a 10-point lead on Indianapolis. New England way ahead of Miami. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, still no score. And remember, NFL Live at halftime, scores and highlights from all around the league. It's Butts again, trying the left side this time for 3.
And that Cowboy front that time shutting down one of the favorite plays for the Chargers, running it back to the left. Again, the Chargers like to run the ball to the right.
And on the stop, 55, Jack Del Rio. When he was growing up, he basically grew up without a mom. His dad raised 4 sons, and he was the eldest of the 4 sons. He would get up in the morning every day, and it's his responsibility to make breakfast for the other boys. They started calling him Mr. Mom.
Wow.
So if you want football or pancakes, call Jack Del Rio.
There's movement, there's a flag.
Jim Tunney sorting it out.
We hope. We always assume that.
Encroachment. Defense. Play was killed. It'll still be second down. 5 yards.
Very descriptive. The play was killed.
And we'll never hear from it again. Danny Noonan, the man who jumped off.
he'll hear about it again. In films, they'll go over it a couple of times and say, Danny, Danny, Danny. Now, Noonan's one of the guys in that Cowboy defensive front. They need a big year from him. He's the kind of guy who came. He was a first-round pick. You can see him, number 73, right there. And the play is killed because he made contact with the center. If he just encroaches and gets back before the snap of the ball, that's okay for a defensive player.
Clock is running. We are under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Chargers 2nd and 4 from the 33. Caravello in motion. It's Butts. Picks up the block of Caravello, and he has another Charger first down. They're just starting to ground it out.
That's the way they wanted to do it. That takes the pressure off Mark Vlasic. He doesn't have to come up with the great plays through the air. But this is a kind of situation where they'll maybe try to catch the Cowboys off guard. They've run the ball, had some success, gotten help from that penalty, and maybe this time they'll fake it to Marion Butts and try to look downfield on a first down.
Well, when you've got a guy like Caravello in the ball game, it's as if you have another tight end. He is that big and that strong.
It's like having another guard. He's that big and that strong.
The book on Marion Butts, 11 carries, 44 yards. 1st and 10 from the 27. McEwen in motion, and there's the pass. Miller dropped at the 22-yard line. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. So the Chargers trying to get back on the scoreboard again before the end of the first half. They have the ball on the 22-yard line when we return.
Where's the pass?
You know, this is the only game I've ever done. Should we do it real fast?
We have time? What are we going to do, Fred?
Do we need our coats or no?
Thank you.
You want to do the helmet this time, or you want to do it in the third quarter? We can do the helmet now. Oh, God, I need a stick mic. That's all right. Give me the helmet.
Yeah, Fred's getting the stick mic. He has the helmet. He has the helmet with the little yarmulke.
Stick mic work? No IFB. Okay.
Should I take it off and wear it like they were wearing it yesterday?
Huh?
Should I take it off and wear it like they were wearing it yesterday?
No. I'll be the goofball.
Okay.
You need a job.
Fred can't hear you. What's the message? Take your cue from the stage manager.
Why don't you just start talking?
They'll come back with the score, 14-7.
Okay, I'll say San Diego leading Dallas, 14-7. Then you start. 15. All right, I got you. Look at this thing.
5.
2 minutes to play in the first half, and San Diego leading Dallas 14-7.
Wow, you look marvelous.
Thank you.
It's really too bad I didn't play against guys like you. More guys like you in those helmets. Let me explain what this is. When teams go up against each other so much in practice now, they have the same color jerseys. They might take a guy and move him around. So to highlight the guy, they put this little, what do you call it?
Yarmulke.
Yeah, no.
They wear yarmulkes in practice now to distinguish between the offensive and defensive players.
There you go.
Back live now, it's Vlasic. Completes the pass to McEwen, and McEwen is dropped at the 16-yard line. Keep in mind, both teams still have 3 timeouts.
And Mr. Generic doing a good job right there. Again, that's his name for himself. McEwen, he said, hey, I'm not real fast, I'm not real strong. Just give me a chance, especially like he likes the ball over the middle. This time, his reception's coming on the outside. All
right, clock running, 1:33 to play. Chargers are 1st and 10, and the ball is spotted at the 15-yard line. It's Marion Butts and a marker on the play. That'll stop the clock. Danny Noonan and Jim Jeffcoat combining on the hit. That hurts if you're San Diego.
It certainly does. It's the kind of break the Cowboys need, and now it's the kind of break the Cowboys have to capitalize on.
Holding. Offense number 63. It'll still be first down.
Something you have to consider now as Dan Henning looks on. What about Fuad Revez? He hasn't kicked in the National Football League in a season. What is his range going to be like?
Well, he's kicked successfully this preseason. He's kicked them from over 40 yards, and I think they feel very comfortable with Fuad.
1st and 20, the ball on the 25-yard line. 14-7, San Diego leading Dallas. 1:22 to play in the half. Butts. Check it, it's Ronnie Harmon. And Harmon is inside the 20. So I believe it's the 17. Ron Francis on the hit. Clock continues to run, and both teams still have their timeouts.
Now take a look at this play. The two guards on the backside away from the ball, the guard and tackle, they pulled and they created that hole. That's the play I diagrammed earlier. This is run out of a little different formation, the passing formation, but again, a favorite play of the Chargers. They'll go to it when they can.
45 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 12. Vlasic. He's got Harmon, and there goes Harmon. Manny Hendricks grabbed him and bulldogged him out of bounds. Vlasic calls the Chargers' first time out of the half. And as the Chargers talk it over, we'll give you a chance to take a moment and relax.